All right, we're going to do it. We're going to look technically at Bitcoin. A long time coming, it's interesting what you're saying. So, a lot of people got their attention when it broke through 50,000 going down, hit about 47 or so. You actually predicted that it could probably bounce off there at the beginning of this week, but that at this point you see additional weakness down to 42. That would be at 42,000. That would be the first stop, and then it needs to resolve there, or do you expect it eventually to even pull back further from there?
Yeah, I mean, support levels aren't predictive. They give us a sense of what downside risk may be. So this week, we're looking for the short-term oversold bounce to persist, but then fail. And we say that because there has been a loss of intermediate-term momentum behind Bitcoin, which is really kind of the laggard in the crypto space, especially if you compare it to Ether. So we're looking for this bounce to fail and give way to a test of that 42,000 support level. That level is based on a previous high. It's also based on a Fibonacci retracement level. It'd be a very natural place for it to discover support. Of course, it's about, I want to say, 20% below current levels. So that would be meaningful. And my guess is that it would be associated with sort of risk off, more broadly speaking, even for the equity market, because really Bitcoin has become a gauge of retail investor sentiment.
Yeah, the opposite of non-correlated. And what a lot of people hope that it eventually becomes, not a measure of the easy Fed, but an antidote to the easy Fed. And I don't know if we're there yet. There's also, people talk about whether it's a store of value or whether it becomes a currency. If it were to stay at 42,000 and that became a long-term base, that would go a long way towards allaying fears that it's headed back to 20 or below that. Because in the past, it got to 20, went all the way back down to 3,000 or 4,000. Do you foresee, is that still a potential with Bitcoin in your view?
The potential is for volatility, right? So we can't really be predictive in that sense. What we've seen so far is just a loss of short-term momentum, but long-term momentum is very much to the upside behind most cryptocurrencies. And late last year, we saw these massive base breakouts. So those base breakouts left very strong support in their wake with the upside follow through that we saw. So I think we'll see higher lows established, broadly speaking, and that there's probably a lot of institutions out there looking to add exposure into this kind of corrective phase. They want to get that sort of uncorrelated exposure, and hopefully it will end up sort of playing out that way.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.